Okay, hi. I'm washing my potatoes. I'm thoroughly washing. I got all these potatoes. It was a gift. I may share them with my neighbors. And these are garlics, and aren't these beautiful? I got these at a local farmers market. Support your farmers market. I'm just saying. I mean, oh my God, look at that. You can't get a garlic better than that, right? Just, grown in someone's private little garden, and they're sharing them, and they were so reasonably priced. And then I got, someone gave me these potatoes, and so I'm washing them, thoroughly washing them. I scrubbed them. I scrubbed them. You could use a vegetable scrubber or any kind of scrubber. I probably need a vegetable scrubber, but I usually just scrub them. And then I have my water just going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to parboil these, which means partly boil. So I added some salt. So I have my water that's really boiling. I'm going to put these in here, and then I'm just going to, that's a small, make sure if it's soft like that, get rid of it. So I'm going to go ahead and parboil these, which you boil them for like, I would say about a good 8 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes. Let's see, and then you just allow them to boil. You cover them up, and then I'll show you on the next clip what to do. I have to show you. I made this this is my first time making some banana nut bread with some with the chocolate chips. So delicious. And what I did was I added I followed, this is my cookbook that I followed, The Joy of Cooking. If you don't have one of these, you should get one. I have a lot of cookbooks because I love cookbooks. And what I did was I basically followed this banana nut muffin, and I saw all of them. I didn't want to do the butter because the butter has a lot of fat in them, and so instead of using 3/4 cup of light brown sugar, I use 1/2, and then you can add about 1/4 cup of buttermilk when you're stirring these ingredients. So basically what it is, it's 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 1/2 cup of wheat flour. And what I did was instead of using wheat flour, I just combined the two and just made it all-purpose flour all together. And then 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I use the salt with iodine, 1/8 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and you mix that up in one bowl. And then I didn't put the chopped walnuts because I didn't have any. In another bowl, you mix 1 egg and 1/2 cup of packed light brown sugar and 1 1/3 cups of ripe bananas, but I used 1 1/2 cups of ripe bananas. Well, it was probably a little over 1/2. So anyways, instead of 6 tablespoons of the vegetable oil, I put 1/2 of that, and then a teaspoon of vanilla. So I mean, it's a little bit dense, but it's still soft and nice and moist and delicious. And then basically I use my my pans instead of making them into muffins. I use my bread pans, and then I added just after I poured it, I put some parchment, and after I poured it, I added the chocolate chips on top of that. So I'm going to be sharing this because, or I could freeze it. This can easily be frozen. Wrap it up, freeze it. And I meant to make these for my friends, but I got really exhausted from running And then basically what I have cooking is some chicken. I don't know what I'm going to be making, so I'll figure it out. Oops. I don't know what the heck I'm going to be making. So I have some chicken. It's chicken breast and some onions and some, let's see, I'll show you. I'll probably show you something what I'll be making. Is bell peppers, onions, and some of those beautiful pieces of garlic, and then I like to cook it until, and then some bay leaves. Oops. Some bay leaves, a couple bay leaves, and a little bit of sea salt, and I'm just letting it cook. And then I'll figure out what I'm going to make. Who knows? I'll probably make some enchiladas, or I'll make, I don't know what I'll make. I'll make something. Because maybe I'll make some enchiladas. I don't know. With some flour tortillas. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I want to cook. So today I want to cook. Alrighty. And then I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with these potatoes. These delicious potatoes. So, okay. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.